Hey folks, my name is Keegan. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk to you about why I think you should buy the Canon EOS R now in 2020. So I am currently shooting this video right now on the EOS R using the 24-105 lens. I've been using this camera and lens since about October 2019. And I'm gonna give you some reasons that you might not have seen in other videos. I know a lot of them are talking about the color science, the form factor, the grip is great, the image sharpness is beautiful. These reasons are more personal to me. The first reason I think you should buy this camera is because I think it makes a great vlogging camera. It's a great camera for YouTube in general, actually. Let's go outside and I'll tell you why I think that. So being a YouTuber or like a vlogger myself, I can seriously say that this camera kicks ass at making YouTube videos. The first reason being this flip out screen. It's great being able to see yourself, your exposure, and also it's great to be able to see what's in focus. Of course, you want to make sure that you're always in focus. Now for vlogging, I also use color profiles. I don't even use C-Log. That way I can pump out videos really quick, and I find that the color profiles do a great job at grading the image. If I'm doing B-roll, I'll shoot in C-Log and I'll do everything manually. And speaking of pumping out videos fast, I also want to get my thoughts out fast when I'm vlogging, so I use a lot of the AI built into the camera, a lot of automatic settings, which brings me to my second point, the AI. So when Canon updated the firmware of this camera after it released, they made a major improvement to the eye autofocus. And at this point with the dual pixel autofocus on this camera, I trust it to be focused on my eye all the time in relatively good light situations. And secondly, when I'm vlogging, half of the settings that I use are automatic. So the white balance and the ISO, I keep that on auto, and I can really trust the camera to properly expose me when it comes to, you know, the right light. Sometimes I have to adjust the aperture here and there, but quick little adjustments are super easy. And with the auto white balance, I trust the camera to do it properly. Oftentimes never even have to change the white balance in post. By the way, if you're interested in knowing the settings I use for vlogging, I made a video about that. Click right here and you can see that. Now I know what you're probably thinking right now. This dude's sponsored by Canon. Well, I'm not, and as much as I would love to be, my channel is way too small right now. So another thing, and it's pretty small, but to me it's really significant, is the battery life. So I own a Sony a7 II and I own 5 batteries for that thing. The batteries would die after like an hour of use. With the EOS R here, I can use a battery for pretty much I would say like 3/4 of a day. And then maybe if I'm using the camera extensively over the day, I'll have to put my second battery in. But normally I don't have to worry if I only bring one battery with me. So that's really nice. Okay, I got 2 more things to tell you about. Now the fourth reason that you should buy a Canon EOS R is the lenses. The RF mount is incredible, actually. There aren't a lot of lenses right now out on the RF mount, but Canon, of course, is going to be releasing a lot more in the future, and the ones that are out now are fantastic. And now the thing about the RF line is that Canon is going to be innovating a lot with all of their new lenses. For example, the 70-200 lens, which hasn't changed in form factor even between brands in a long time. Finally, Canon has made the lens like pretty much this size. And the classic wide-angle zoom lens, the 16-35, for the RF mount, they changed it to a 15-35 with image stabilization, which wasn't physically possible in the old EF mount. So I find these RF lenses are really allowing Canon to innovate a lot with the larger mount. I've also used the RF 35mm 1.8. It's a great starter lens, and it's also a macro lens, which is super fun to use. The fifth and final reason that I think you should buy this camera is for the time-lapse mode. All you have to do is set the camera on a tripod, put the camera into time-lapse mode, set your exposure, and then you just let it do its job. We know that in 4K video there is a crop on this camera, but when you're shooting a time-lapse, there's no crop. So you get a full frame time-lapse in 4K that you can zoom into and move around in post. It's really fantastic. So those are the reasons why the camera works really well for me. I know that there was a lot of kind of crap talk when it came out about the specs themselves, but until you use the camera, you never really know how well it's gonna work for you. I know that buying gear is always a very tough decision, so let me give you a little bit of advice before I leave. Should you buy the best camera that's out now? Should you wait for the next version? Should you get, I don't know, just a basic camera to get started? My advice is, if you need a camera right now, buy what's available on the market and buy within your budget. If you have a camera that works already and you can afford to wait for the next version, then do it because you already have something to create with. So with that said, I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the flip side. cell phone and duct tape.